We're TTB, the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau.
Hello, my name is Tanya Geis, and I'm here with my coworker, Peter Sullivan. Welcome to TTB's tutorial on how to submit your TTB Form 5130.B Pilot Brewer Excise Tax Return and Report of Operations, also known as Pilot Form B. Pilot Form B is used for pilot participants who are annual, quarterly, and semi-monthly filers. For participants who are annual and quarterly filers, this form combines your excise tax return and operational report. For participants who are semi-monthly filers, Pilot Form B is a tax return for the last period of the month and an operational report for the entire month. Pilot Form B is also used for breweries who are discontinuing operations. A separate webinar is available on Pilot Form A, which is only for participants that file semi-monthly tax returns. Please take note of the instructions for TTB Form 5130.Pilot B hyperlink in the middle of the page that provides step-by-step instructions on how to complete this return and report. These instructions are available on each screen as you progress through the form, and we encourage you to refer to them at any time. You can click Preview Form at the bottom left-hand corner of the page if you would like to see what a blank Pilot Form B looks like. If you have any questions or concerns, click the We're Here to Help tab at the bottom of the page, and the phone number for TTB's call center will appear. Let's file your Pilot Form B form now. Click Continue to the form. Note, as we review the steps to complete the form in pay.gov, you may notice that the lines referenced may appear out of numerical order. Please be assured that the numbers referenced correspond with a specific line on the actual form, and that all mandatory lines will be completed as you progress through these screens. If this is your final return, check the This is my final return box, which corresponds to line 3E on the form. Important information related to filing your final return will then appear below, along with TTB's contact information if you have any questions or concerns. We'll then proceed to 3D, Submission Version, where you will select Original or Amended. The red asterisk here and throughout the form indicates it is required field. If you're amending a tax return that you filed before you started participating in this pilot, you must use TTB Form 5000.24 to amend that return. Next is 2C, Form of Payment. You will select ACH, Fedwire EFT, or Zero Balance Return. Placing your mouse over the question mark here and throughout the form will provide helpful hints to assist you in filling out the form. If you need information on payment types, visit our website at ttb.gov and search for the payment type you are using. You will then be prompted to select one of 3 filing frequencies in 3B period covers: annual, quarterly, or semi-monthly. Choose the reporting year in 3A. 2024 is the only option at this time. However, the new year will automatically appear in the drop-down list in January. Your excise tax period in 3C will depend on which filing frequency for line 3B you selected. For example, if you selected quarterly, You'll have one of 4 quarters to choose from. The serial number on line 1 automatically populates once you have selected the excise tax period above. TR stands for tax return, followed by the year and serial number that corresponds with the tax period. Next, enter your brewer's notice number, also known as your registry number, on line 4. Then tab over and enter your 9-digit employer identification number, or EIN, on line 5. Line 6A, brewery contact name, should already be populated with your name since you were already logged in to pay.gov to submit the return and report. The person whose contact information listed here must have authority to speak on the brewery's behalf on file with TTB. Enter the brewery contact's phone number in 6B and the brewery contact's email address in 6C. Next, in 7A, enter the brewery name followed by the brewery premise address in 7B. Enter the city, county, state, and zip code in box 7C. You may have increasing and or decreasing adjustments. Depending on what type of adjustments you have, check the increasing or decreasing adjustments box. If you have both increasing and decreasing adjustments, make sure to check both boxes. Before we move on to the next page, notice the Save and View PDF buttons at the bottom of the page. The Save button saves your form if you need to come back and finish it later. At the end of the tutorial, we will show you where to locate that Save form. The View PDF button opens a PDF of the form showing what you have completed thus far. For this tutorial, we will check both the increasing and decreasing adjustment boxes. Click the Next button to begin your increasing adjustments. There are 3 types of increasing adjustments available to select in this field: approved alternate method, failure to obtain proof of export within 90 days, and unexplained shortages. After selecting the type of increasing adjustment, tab over to provide your supporting information. Place your mouse over the question mark or refer to the instructions if you are unsure what type of supporting information is needed. Next, enter the quantity of barrels and select the applicable tax rate for that increasing adjustment. The tax due will automatically calculate. If you need to add more than one increasing adjustment, click the Add Another box. If you need to delete an increasing adjustment, just click the red box on the right-hand side to delete that entry. Line 20, Total Increasing Tax Due, will automatically calculate your increasing adjustments. Next, if you know the amount of any interest and penalties due in connection with your increasing adjustments, enter them on lines 21 and 22, or enter 0 if you do not know the amounts. You can also contact TTB to obtain official penalty and interest calculations. Line 23 will then calculate the totals from lines 20 through 22. Now, let's move on to decreasing adjustments. Click Next to continue. There are 6 types of decreasing adjustments available to select in this field: approved alternate method, approved claim for credit, beer lost by fire, casualty, or act of God, beer returned from another brewery, beer voluntarily destroyed, and obtain proof of export after tax payment. After selecting your decreasing adjustment, tab over to provide your supporting information and the amount of adjustment for the period. If you selected Approved Claim for Credit as your decreasing adjustment, you'll also need to enter the approved claim amount and balance left on the claim, if any, after taking the decreasing adjustment. If you need to add more than one decreasing adjustment, click the Add Another box. If you need to delete a decreasing adjustment, click the red box on the right-hand side to delete that entry. Line 27, Total Decreasing Tax Adjustments, will automatically calculate your decreasing adjustments. Now it's time to calculate your tax liability. Click Next to continue. Just a reminder, the red asterisk indicates a required field. If any line item does not apply to you, enter a 0. Line 8 is for beer produced and removed at $3.50 per barrel. Check the box if you are eligible for this rate, then enter the amount of barrels removed. Your tax due is then automatically calculated. Line 9 is for beer produced and removed at $16 per barrel. Check this box if you're eligible for this rate, then enter the amount of barrels removed. Line 10 is for beer produced and removed at $18 per barrel. Enter the amount of barrels removed. If lines 9 or 10 do not apply to you, remember to enter 0. Line 11 automatically calculates the total of lines 8 through 10. Any increasing adjustments from the earlier section will appear on line 12. Line 13 then automatically calculates the gross amount due by adding lines 11 and 12. Decreasing adjustments from the earlier section will appear on line 14. Line 15 then automatically calculates the amount due for this return based on the amount shown on line 13 minus the amount on line 14. Finally, in 2B, Amount Paid with this submission, enter the amount you are paying with this return. Please keep in mind, if you are paying through Fedwire and/or EFT and not ACH, you will still need to put in the amount you are paying on this line item. Click Next to continue. It is now time to fill out your operational report. You will be entering your totals using the number of barrels. Remember, you can refer to the form instructions link at the top of the page for an explanation of each line item. For semi-monthly filers, select the month from the drop-down that corresponds with the operational data you are about to enter below. This month must correspond with the month of the period shown in line 3C. Remember to report operational data for the entire month, not just for the tax period listed in line 3C. Only semi-monthly filers will see this drop-down menu. Beginning with line 28, enter your total beer on hand at the beginning of the period. You can find this total on line 44 of your last return and report. If this is your first time submitting Pilot Form B, enter the amount of beer on hand at the end of period from line 33 of the Form 5130.9 or line 17 of the Form 5130.26 most recently submitted. Lines 29 through 33 should reflect additions to your beer inventory. You're going to enter the total beer produced this period on line 29. On line 30, enter beer received in bond. This includes both bulk and bottled. Next, on line 31, enter beer returned to the brewery after removal. Finally, on line 32, enter any quantities from a physical inventory that disclosed an overage. Line 33 will then automatically calculate a total based on the entries from lines 28 through 32 for you. Lines 34 through 37 are subtractions from beer inventory. Enter your exports without payment of tax on line 34. Next, on line 35, enter your transfers in bond. Finally, enter other removals without payment of tax on line 36. Line 37 will then automatically calculate a total based on the entries from lines 34 through 36 for you. Lines 38 through 40 are other inventory subtractions. Enter your beer consumed or destroyed on the brewery premises except in a tavern on line 38. Next, enter losses, including losses by breakage, theft, or other unusual causes on line 39. Finally, enter any shortages disclosed during a physical inventory on line 40. Check the box to affirm that you have tax paid all unexplained shortages on Schedule A above. Lines 41 through 44 are the inventory reconciliation section. These lines allow you to reconcile your inventory at the beginning and end of the period. Line 41, total beer on hand at the beginning of the period plus additions to inventory will already be populated from line 33. Only semi-monthly filers need to complete line 42A. Semi-monthly filers can find this total from line 11 of their pilot Form A return. The next three lines, lines 42B, which is total beer barrels removed tax paid this operational period, line 43, which is total other subtractions from inventory, and line 44, total beer on hand at the end of the period, are automatically calculated based on the information that you already provided. Lines 45 and 46 involve control group membership and contract arrangements. Answer yes or no to question 45. Are you part of a control group that includes domestic and/or foreign breweries? If you answered yes, you must answer questions 45A and 45B. Finally, answer yes or no to question 46. During this tax period, did you remove and pay tax on beer produced under contract or agreement for other entities? You have now completed your operational report. Click Next to continue. Now it's time to sign your return and report. Make sure to read the Under Penalties of Perjury text and check the Under Penalties of Perjury box. Lines 47, 49, and 50 should already be filled in with your name and electronic signature via pay.gov and the current date. You cannot change these fields. You will need to type in your title on line 48. If you selected ACH but are paying outside of the pay.gov portal, check the box in front of Check Here if you are not submitting a payment with this return. This will bypass the payment information screen. Click Continue. Only breweries who have selected that they will pay through ACH will see this page. If you are paying your tax liability through Fedwire, EFT, or have a zero balance return, you will not see this page and you'll be taken straight to the Review and Submit page. The payment amount, payment date, and account holder name will already be filled in for you. As a reminder, it takes 1 business day for your ACH payment to process, so your official payment to TTB will always be 1 day after the date you submitted your payment. If your payment is late, you may owe penalties and interest, so it's very important to keep this time frame in mind when submitting your payment. From the drop-down menu, select one of 4 account type options: business checking, business savings, personal checking, or personal savings. Type in your routing number. Then type in your account number and confirm it by re-entering it in the next field. If for any reason you need to go back to the beginning of the form, click Return to Form at the bottom of the page and you'll be taken back to the first page of your form. Now, click Review and Submit Payment. You will submit your return and report from this page. If you're making your payment through ACH, you will see your payment and account information at the top of the page. Your email address will already be entered for you. You can also add other email addresses in the CC field. These are the email addresses that will receive confirmation that your pay.gov return and report has been submitted. Remember to check the box at the bottom of the screen agreeing to the pay.gov authorization and disclosure statement. If you're paying through ACH, the blue tab at the bottom of the page will say Submit Payment. If you're paying through Fedwire, EFT, or have a zero balance return, the blue tab at the bottom will say Submit. Go ahead and click Submit or Submit Payment Now. This final page confirms your Pilot Form B return and report submission. You can print out a copy of your completed return and report by following these steps. Click My Account in the top right-hand corner of the page. Next, click My Forms. You'll then see a Submitted tab and a Save tab. Click the Submitted tab. The return and report you just submitted will be at the top. Click View PDF on the right to open, view, and print your return and report. When submitting future returns and reports, you may not want to have to start from the beginning every time you file. Below the View PDF link, you will see the Duplicate link. Clicking Duplicate will take you to the first page of that form. You can use that return to begin filling out your next form, but be very careful to make sure that you change all the necessary fields when filling out a new form. At the beginning of the tutorial, we talked about saving your return and report if you needed to come back and finish it later. To locate that return and report, click the Save tab located to the right of the Submitted tab. You will see the most recent form you have saved at the top. Click Continue to the form to continue working on that form. This completes TTB's tutorial on how to submit TTB Form 5130.B, Pilot Brewer Excise Tax Return and Report of Operations, also known as Pilot Form B. If you have any questions, concerns, or technical difficulties, feel free to contact our PT Tax Services Division at 1-877-882-3277. Thank you.
TTB's official YouTube channel at USTTB.gov for more TTB-related content. And remember to click subscribe so you'll always know when we upload new videos.